Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. Today we're installing a dash cam in a 2011 Mercedes E-Class, which is the W212 model. This dash cam is super stealthy and mounts right by the mirror and it looks factory. So we're going to go from this to this. So let's take a look at what's included. Now this dash cam is from FITCAMX and they also make custom dash cams for a bunch of vehicles. Nice packaging, the dash cam box, accessories box. And a user manual. Let's take a look at what's in the dash cam box. Right here, we have the dash cam itself. As you can see, it's got the shape that matches the car you get. So for the W212 E-Class, there's a couple variations. You gotta get the right color and you gotta get the right shape. We've got the plug here. So what's really cool about this dash cam is that it's actually powered by the harness that is up by the rear view mirror. So you don't have to run wires to get power from like a 12-volt socket or a fuse, which is very convenient. So in here we have the harness here and a plug for the rear camera. You can see in here what it looks like. Then on the outside, we have a micro SD card right here. This one came with a 64 gig Lexar micro SD card. It's very nice. And then we have two buttons right here. And up front, the lens. So this lens is fixed because it's designed to be at the right angle for the install in the car. So there you go. Then the other part is right here, and that is the rear camera. We have the camera itself, a lot of length of wire to work with to bring this to the rear window, and some wire clips. So this will let you fix the wire out of the way if you can't tuck it away on the windshield or in the rear. So it's very nice that these are included. And the accessories box, let's take a look. We have one trim tool, very convenient. A USB-A and USB-C micro SD and SD card reader. So when you pull the micro SD card out of the camera, you can just use this to plug it into your computer. And that is it. Later on, we'll also take a look at the app that lets you control the settings for the camera and lets you pull video clips off of it onto your phone. Now, let's go install this in the car. So the first thing for the installation we're going to do is to remove this little panel right here. That'll allow us to remove the rear panel back here. So for that, we're going to use our trim tool. You can also kind of pry on the edge. You can position your mirror to have better access. That's clipped in the middle. Two clips further forward. Go. There we go. That panel stays in there. Should be able to move our other panel out of place. It's also clipped in. There we go. That just pulls straight down. You can see right here, clips in on the other side. And if we take a look up here, you see two little tabs on that end, and then further in here, you can see the white mounting points on either side and the little catches for the rear part of the panel. Now on our harness right here, we can actually unplug the Y harness here. So I'm going to do that. And what we're going to do now is pull this blue connector out. It's a bit of a reach to push the little release right here. Pull that out. Now you want to do this with your car powered off so it doesn't throw any errors. But now we have our connector out, and we're going to grab this plug here and plug that in here. And then the other end right here will go back into the sensor in here. And there we go. Put that connector out of the way. And now we can move on to plugging this in and snapping in the dash cam. So we're gonna connect our dash cam power plug right here. There we go. And we're gonna start thinking about how we can run these wires. As you can see right here, there is a little gap for a wire to go through, I think. So we could run one here. But before we finalize that, I'm going to test fit it. And we're gonna see how everything looks. There you go. I've clipped in the one half and we can test. See right here, it replaces this panel. It's got a slightly different vent pattern, but it fits exactly in the right place. All right, so to check the positioning and plan for the rear camera, I'm gonna install the app. It's called FITCAMX. And I'm gonna connect rear camera wiring so I know which way to position it. And that's why I didn't clip it all the way in, so that I can figure out which direction I should run the cable. All right, since we have the app installed, we can open it. I'm gonna power the car on. There we go. Okay, now I have to find the Wi-Fi, and we're gonna wanna connect to car cam. Password for the Wi-Fi, the camera's Wi-Fi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's connected. And there we go. So here we have our footage. We got our front camera. You can see it's slightly angled because I haven't clipped it in all the way. And that's why that's not level, but it will be level when we clip it in. And I'm not clipping it in completely yet so that I can manage the cables if I need to when I prepare to run this. So as you can see, the rear camera is right side up in this orientation, and that's pretty important to keep in mind because when we run it to the rear, I'm gonna run it to the passenger side so that I don't have a loop of cable coming in from the driver's side and looping in over here. It makes it a little more manageable. So when we go install this in the back, we'll do that. Now in the app, we also have some settings. We'll just go through them right now. We've got sound recording, yes or no, we can have it record. We've got video resolution, 3840 by 2160, which is 4K. Loop recording duration, so the camera will record clips of 1 minute or 3 minutes, depending on your setting, and that way it'll keep recording like that until the memory card's filled up, and when the memory card's filled up, it'll delete the oldest clips and just keep going like that so you never run out of space. You can adjust exposure compensation, time watermark. You can have it lock current video clip if it detects an impact. So if you're hit by someone or you hit something, it'll automatically lock the clip so it won't get overwritten. You have parking sensitivity if you choose to have it run while you park. Wi-Fi name, Wi-Fi password, format the SD card, and yeah. Then if you want, when you're in here, when you're connected to the camera, you can go to camera file and it'll show you the clips that are recorded. So as you can see, it records front clips and rear clips. And since I've been messing around, it's got a number of clips already. So we can go back here. You can see me messing around, checking things, filming and talking. So if I wanted to grab this, I could hit download right here and save it to my phone. Now the other way you can get files off the camera is to just pull the micro SD card out, use the included adapter to put it into your computer, and just save it that way. Now we're gonna run the, like I said, we're gonna run the rear camera towards the passenger side. So I'm gonna tuck that cable in here, tuck this in here, and we're gonna try to get this clipped in. Oh. And before I do that, I'm gonna start putting a little bit of the cabling over here. Will that fit in the headliner? We'll find out. Pop that in there. Nope. Not ideal. Okay, we'll take a look. If I can tuck this inside the housing here. I spent some time trying to find the best way to arrange the wiring to keep the backup camera connectors inside the housing, but because of their size, it didn't quite fit in the available space. I also checked to see if I could hide it above the overhead panel, but everything is packaged very tightly in there as well, so the best option was to leave the connector just outside of the housing. looks good. That looks good. You can see the tags here. If you really wanted to clean that up, you could put some black tape on it, but that is gonna look clear, like really out of the way with the our easy pass in place. And the rest will be tucked in. So that's good. All right, so now it's time to mount the camera back here. And what we wanna do is place the camera first and then run the wiring so we can tuck it away. So I've turned on the camera. You can see right here, I've got the feed so I can align it properly. So I'm gonna set that up. There we go. I think that's gonna be good. Right here, centered there. Make sure it's clean. Now either you can center the lens or you can center the body of the camera, whatever looks best for you. I'm gonna center the body of the camera. Get the adhesive ready. And what's nice is if you need to adjust the angle, you still can once it's installed. There we go. And we can start feeding this in. So one thing we want to do is make sure this gets tucked in. Should be able to put it in here. There we go. Always be careful when you're working with headliners. You don't want to get it dirty or anything like that. Okay, then we can make our way over. So we're gonna go this way. And we gotta work our way over here and into the C-pillar trim. And you wanna be careful around here because there's the guide for the sunshade. Then we wanna go around this and up into the seal here. There we go. Perfect. Now we can keep moving. Now we're gonna work our way up. There we go. So what we're gonna do here, because we have a fair bit of extra length, we're gonna keep running this over here, and we're gonna bring it down, both of these, down this way and tuck it into the side of the dash. That way we have all our extra length out of the way. And that's why we put the camera in at the back first and then ran it forward so we could find a place to put all this extra wiring. Because it won't fit up here. I don't think it would fit under the headliner, and this is probably one of the best spots to put it. I think we're gonna wanna loosen the bolt here or maybe remove it so we can tuck this wire in easily. Just loosen it, pull this back a bit. That'll let us get this wire in. Make this turn here. Run this down from the other side. And now we can bring it into here. So let's pry this open. Got a couple clips there, a couple hooks. And what we're gonna do is bring these wires down in the seal to get past this. There we go, that's in. Then bundle this up. You get a zip tie. There we go. That's tucked away. If you're not completely happy with how the seal looks, We can also pull the A-pillar trim back off and get the wire behind it a little more so that it doesn't push this up as much. So this is T25 or 27. Unfortunately, these screwdrivers aren't labeled. I'm gonna have to do that myself at some point, but get in here. So with the wires tucked behind the A-pillar, your seal sits really nice and flush, like factory. And with that, it looks super clean. Very nice. You wouldn't even be able to tell, see? Nothing visible here. The only one is gonna be just a tiny bit right here. And you could even put some black electrical tape on this if you wanted to, which I might do in a little bit. But all the way to the back, you can kind of make out the rear camera there, but none of the wiring is visible. Nice. With the dash cam installed, let's take a look at the footage. The front camera records clips in 4K, and the rear camera clips are recorded in 1080p. And here are some clips at night for the front camera and the rear camera. So that's the FITCAMX dashcam installed in the 2011 Mercedes E-Class. It's a super clean look and gives you extra peace of mind on the road with the two cameras. If you want to get one for yourself, I'll leave a link in the video description. Thanks again to FITCAMX for sending me this camera to install. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.